What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy dMillionaire. We back with another video. As y'all can tell from the title, man, we got the harsh truth about Caitlin Clark. Let's get right into it. Shout out JxmyHighroller.
Some athletes are good. Some athletes are great. But very rarely does an athlete make such an impact that they begin to transcend their sport. You know, those times where an athlete is creating so much buzz that people who don't even follow the sport know their name. These athletes hardly ever come around. But when they do,
Michael Phelps,
you know something special is going
Simone
on.
Biles,
Growing up, I used to skate,
Tony Hawk.
so of course I know who Tony Hawk is. But
I never skated. You know what's crazy? In my life, actually, nah, I won't say I never touched skateboard. I tried it. I ain't gonna lie, when I was a kid, I did try. I ain't gonna lie. So I did when the skate games were coming out, and I thought I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was Tony Hawk. I ain't gonna cap. I thought I was Tony Hawk. I tried. I went through that little phase. I ain't gonna lie, y'all got it, bro. If y'all could ride skateboards and shit like that, salute to y'all. That was not my, it's not me, bro.
Who Tony Hawk is. In a sport
But
that
that's a
tends
fact,
to
though.
only retain the most diehard fans, Usain Bolt was so incredible that he became a household name.
And not too many
it
people
also
watch
helped that his
sprinting.
name sounds like he was destined to be the fastest man of all time. Ask the average person to name any golfer, and they'll instantly say Tiger Woods, followed by no one else. There are very few athletes that reach this
LeBron James,
where they
Michael Jordan,
single-handedly
even Ohtani,
lift their sport to new
Like, that's a
heights.
fact. I ain't gonna lie, Ohtani really got me into watching baseball. I mean, you know, LSU baseball really did it, but it was more or less, I ain't gonna cap. I found out about the Shohei Ohtani, this pitcher and hitter combo, you feel me? And that kind of got me into watching baseball, like as heavy as I do now.
Women's basketball is home to an athlete
And a lot of people, Caitlin is the reason why they watching women's basketball. Like, some people have never watched women's basketball ever. Because you got to realize, bro, Maya Moore is a long, like, she's retired for a little minute. So for the era that grew up watching Maya Moore, they probably stopped watching basketball, bro. Like, there is no Maya Moore level player in the W right now. I mean, Asia, Stewie, Fee, yeah, but Maya Moore impact, though, like, Maya Moore was a cultural impact. I mean, it was also the generation she was in. For right now, what it's looking like, at least for the past couple years, it's been Caitlin Clark, bro. She's been carrying women's basketball, at least being the most relevant name in that space. Women's basketball, period. We're not just talking about WNBA. We're talking about women's basketball, college, WNBA. She's the biggest name in women's basketball right now. But let's see, harsh truth.
To just one player. And some of this criticism claiming she
Give me that
simply
shit.
isn't nearly as dominant as we are led to believe.
Oh,
A
nah.
product of the sports
Oh,
media
nah, Jimmy,
pushing
break
their
all that
golden
shit down.
child. Is Caitlin Clark really as
Is she
good as
overrated?
advertised,
Break it
or
down
has her
for me,
talents been
Jimmy.
overblown for the sake of the
Because in my
WNBA?
opinion, I think Caitlin, in a way, is underrated. I don't think people talking about how crazy this shit she doing is. I think people is looking at it like, I think it's two ways people looking at it. I'm gonna say this before and watch the rest of the video. I talk too much. People looking at it like, A, we giving her too much credit. She ain't do nothing. And then I think it's B, people that are giving her too much credit in that she ain't do nothing to warrant that. I'm in the middle. I feel like, yeah, she ain't do enough to warrant the credit that she's getting, but at the same time, she's exceeding and doing things that nobody's ever done. And for that deserves the credit that deserves. But she's almost averaged 28. Well, she almost averaged as a rookie with 26 and 8. We gonna break down the numbers. Let's get to Jimmy video. But I do believe I'm a fan of Caitlin Clark, bro. I believe she better than the numbers say. And I think Jimmy gonna let me say the same shit I'm saying. We gonna see. Shout out Dawn. And even Dawn Staley, bro. One of the greatest basketball heads in the women's space. Fuck that. One of the greatest basketball heads in the space of basketball, period, gave Caitlin Clark her flowers. Does that not tell nothing, bro? Dawn Staley is Dawn Staley. If you know women's basketball, you know Dawn Staley, bro. Like, she even giving Caitlin flowers and props, bro. So why can't y'all as the fan, like, why can't the fans give her credit, bro?
NCAA basketball
Like,
championship.
bro, Caitlin is somebody I ain't never seen, bro.
Of this year, the women of the NCAA basketball championship accomplished something completely unprecedented. Throughout the game, they drew in nearly 19 million viewers.
Dog, this game was crazy. Caitlin went crazy in the beginning, but man, Dawn Staley,
the viewership of any
Dawn
men's tournament
Staley,
game over the last half decade,
and Raven
even
Johnson
surpassed every single NBA Finals game since 2018. The game was a groundbreaking spectacle, with people who had never even tuned into a single basketball game in their life turning on the TVs to see who would be crowned champions. The majority of this flocking attributed to one player, Caitlin Clark. Her unbelievable range and record-breaking performances proving to be must-watch TV. The true testament of her greatness and impact, all of the doubt and borderline detest that quickly followed her ascent. Some fans and players, both past and present, questioning if her talents would translate to the next level and if the horde of fans she inspired would follow.
Safe to say they did.
Her WNBA
They did.
debut attracted the most viewers of any WNBA game in the history of ESPN. Indiana's home game attendance jumped from an average of 4,000 fans last season
like
to an average of
quadrupled.
over 17,000
That shit,
this
that
season,
shit
a
almost
more than
5 times itself.
400% increase in just a single year. Transactions in the Fever's team store jumped over 700%, and WNBA viewership has skyrocketed to levels that even Clark's biggest advocates could not foresee. Game 4 of last year's WNBA Finals drew in more viewers than any WNBA game over the last 2 decades, with 728,000 fans.
We supposed to win that, bro. We supposed to win that game 4. I don't want to see that shit. We supposed to win that, bro. Supposed to go to game 5. We supposed to beat the Aces.
Tuning in for the game, living
No
up to
cap.
the hype as one of the most anticipated games in the history of the league. This season, there were 22 regular season games that eclipsed that mark.
Damn.
21
And then
of them
look at all of them shit. Well, look. Fever
drawing
games.
in over 1 million
But look at
viewers.
look at all of these. Most of these being Fever games. Liberty at Fever, Fever at Mercury, Fever at Sun, Storm at Fever, Sky at Fever, Fever and something, Lynx and Fever, Sparks and Aces. Somehow, some way that guy went crazy. Fever and Mercury, Fever Aces, Aces and Fever, Fever and Dream, Fever and Mystics. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, this ain't helping, bro. Caitlin's the reason why people are watching the W. I can't even cap.
Crazier, 18 of those 22 games featured Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. But the most revealing evidence of the now dubbed Caitlin Clark effect is the fact that WNBA viewership has nearly caught up with NBA viewership in 2024. On ESPN,
Yo,
NBA games
I did not know
averaged
that.
1.56 million viewers this past season. WNBA games averaged 1.2 million viewers.
Wow.
Just a couple years ago.
What?
But Caitlin Clark's soaring popularity has been a
The
point of
W
contention for
actually
many
is closing
fans
the
of
gap.
WNBA.
Caitlin
Frustrated
Clark
that
is
in a
helping
league
them.
that is bursting with talent right now. It's all just being overlooked for the poster child of women's basketball. Do Caitlin's abilities actually warrant the hype? In just her rookie season, Caitlin broke over a dozen league and franchise records, including the WNBA's single-season assist record. She set the record for the most assists in a single game. She received the most all-star votes of any player.
You know what's crazy though? And I think that's what the WNBA gotta realize, and the players gotta realize most of all, is that Caitlin ain't doing nothing but helping the game, bro. She helping y'all. Like, I mean, like, I keep saying, I feel like I say this shit in almost every video, but it's like, Caitlin ain't here to hurt y'all, bro. Like, obviously she's here to win. She's here to bust y'all ass, and that's what she's been doing this year. But most of all, she's here to play basketball and further the game, the women's game, the same way everybody else is. And bro, like, shit, from what it seems to be, bro, like, numbers ain't lying, bro. She's having the Jordan-like effect, bro. She's making, like, people who wanting to be Caitlin Clark, bro. I'm going into the gym, and people are pulling from half court saying Caitlin, like, they trying to pull Caitlin Clark side step threes and shit. I'm not going to cap. Caitlin is really affecting the game of basketball, period. The women's game, yes, but the game of basketball, period, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, and it's a good thing. The W is getting the viewership. Ain't this what y'all wanted? Ain't this what y'all WNBA fans wanted? I'm a fan of the game too. Ain't this what we wanted? We wanted the W to be. You feel me? And Caitlin is a vessel to do that. Oh, whoa. I'm glad you brought this up, Jimmy, because I ain't gonna cap. My humble opinion, I don't know how I feel about that. Now fuck with Caitlin. I don't know how I feel about that, bro. Because the way I see first team is by positions, right? So if we going by positions, that would make Caitlin Clark the best point guard in the league. Do I believe Caitlin Clark's the best point guard in the league? No. Sabrina Ionescu is the best point guard in the league. So in my opinion, I don't like Caitlin being number one, being on first team. That's just me though. I fuck with Caitlin. I don't know if she deserved it. I don't know if she's the best point guard in the league. I don't believe that. But y'all let me know in the comments if y'all believe that.
Which makes her the first rookie to make first team all-league since
like Candace Parker. Y'all about to say since CP.
16 years ago.
It's my dog CP. That's damn. You could damn near say she to go.
In college, did in fact
first rookie to win
because
MVP.
even against the best defense in the world, she is pretty much an offensive cheat code. Throughout her rookie season, with points and assists, Clark generated 45.2% of all points produced by the Indiana Fever. For perspective, she has a larger offensive load than every single player in the NBA last season outside of Luka Doncic. And she's a rookie.
But that makes sense though, because everything do run through Luka. When Luka's on the floor, everything runs through Luka. When Caitlin's on the floor, everything runs through Caitlin. And I mean, shit, it worked out pretty well. It worked out pretty well for y'all. 6 seed.
Prowess. Here are the 200 most productive offensive seasons in WNBA history on a scale of points generated per game. And among these seasons, you'll find the greatest players in the league's history.
Last
Lisa
year.
Leslie, Tamika Catchings, Cheryl Swoops,
Ella Del Don a couple years ago. I think that was one of her best seasons.
Top, and you'll find seasons from Asia Wilson and
Asia last year,
but with
Sabrina last year, Cynthia Cooper,
seasons in WNBA
DT
history is Diana Taurasi. Her 2006 campaign being the best of them all, producing 33.9 points per game.
That's tough.
And then there's Caitlin Clark, who is already the most potent offensive player in the history of the WNBA in her rookie season.
That's why I don't never what's the word I'm looking for? I don't never hesitate to crown somebody when I can see it. The numbers is saying it, bro. Caitlin Clark you could damn near say she's the greatest rookie. Like, I ain't gonna say the greatest, but you could damn near say she's one of the greatest rookies of all time. Like, bro, she is, bro. Like, the numbers are literally speaking for themselves, bro. Like, since Candace Parker, nobody's made it to the first team all WNBA as a rookie. Like, and Candace Parker I'll probably argue CP was the best rookie of all time because she won MVP. Rookie, I don't think nobody will probably ever do that shit again. But never is a long time. But I don't know if that's gonna be broken for a really long time. But shit, Caitlin about the closest to that, bro. Shit, cause hell, Caitlin was in MVP talks. I mean, she wasn't gonna get it after what Asia did this year. She was not getting MVP, but I mean, she's in that conversation.
Like this. And as absurd as her numbers are, how she puts up these numbers is just as incredible. Here are the players who attempt the longest three-pointers on average in the NBA last season, with Trae Young leading the league with the deepest three-point attempts with an average distance of 27.94 feet.
At 24, that 4-point line.
Just a shade closer. Despite it still being worth the same amount of
points,
Everett
Gordon shoots from deep too, though, 27 feet.
Are stepping 4 feet outside the three-point line on their attempts. But even amongst the
that's what I'm saying though. Why y'all that's another thing though. Like, this is a whole different argument. I don't make this one short, but damn, why y'all shooting so far from the 3 line? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, y'all making a hard shot even harder, and then it just makes it even crazier the fact that like Curry, Trae Young, and Dame all shoot it at like a 40 clip. So they shooting far away from the 3 line. They shooting far, like deeper from the 3 line and still hitting it at a 40 clip. Imagine if they stepped in and shot it like right on the line. I could only imagine what their percentages would be.
In the world,
and even Caitlin
Clark is on her own island.
Even Caitlin, I could only imagine if she would just step up to the line. She probably shooting like 30 or 29.
Was 28.
Yeah, 28. Like, I could only imagine if Caitlin just stepped to the fucking line.
NBA and in the WNBA, it is a whopping 6 feet out from the WNBA three-point line. Has Caitlin Clark been worth all the attention and hype that has engulfed her over the last 2
bro.
years?
Caitlin be pulling that bitch from deep.
I'd say so.
She Caitlin be pulling that.
Successful rookie season. She had one of the best rookie seasons in recent basketball history. And this isn't just
men's and basketball, men's and women's. I can't even lie.
WNBA. Because the seismic boost in the WNBA's popularity this season is not limited to those turning on the games to see what she'll do next. It can also be found in the fans actually showing up to the games. Looking at a chart of the average attendance of WNBA games since the inception of the league in 1997 will tell you a story of a league that has seen their fair share of good days and bad ones. In 1997, there were only 8 WNBA teams, all with really healthy attendance numbers due to the excitement of a new women's league. The league quickly expanded to 16 teams with a handful of teams emerging as fan favorites, like the Washington Mystics, the Phoenix Mercury, and the LA Sparks.
I miss that.
League expansion,
I feel like the W need to get back to that. They need to grow. Now, like in the beginning, it was the onset of women's basketball league. So it's kind of like the throwing a rock into a pond and kind of hoping that it could skip. Cool. You had the Houston Comets. They kind of carried it a little bit. It kind of, you know what I'm saying, women's basketball kind of. Then Minnesota, you know what I'm saying, Minnesota came, Maya Moore came, you feel me? And then, you know what I'm saying, WNBA kind of came back to life a little bit with, you know what I'm saying, that kind of era. And then now we in like another boom era. Now's the time. You got Paige Beckers and Juju Watkins and Asia Wilsons and Brianna Stewarts and Sabrinas and Caitlins and Rakias and, you know what I'm saying, and all of these great players, Jewel Lloyd, you know, I could go, the list goes on. Expand the league now. Now I'm glad they bringing the Valkyries, and I think they announce another team as well, another expansion team. Keep expanding the league. Now is the time. Y'all is almost neck and neck with the NBA and viewership. WNBA, grow now. Now is the time, because y'all, this shit, y'all can get back to this. And honestly, bro, man, this, y'all can blow that through the roof. I believe with Caitlyn, bro, with Caitlyn, Paige, Juju, Angel Reese, and all of these big name players, and even the players in the league now, bro, the league can blow up like crazy now.
But it wasn't until COVID where the league's once steady fan base was wiped out.
Yeah, facts. COVID kind of killed it. COVID killed everything.
Due to COVID protocols.
Yeah,
and when
then
we
rebuilding.
Attendance was at an all-time low.
Yeah, because we rebuilding
now.
now.
In the few years since the pandemic, but has specifically seen an explosion this season, where for the first time, league attendance was higher than the WNBA's inaugural season. The Indiana Fever seeing the highest attendance numbers in league history.
This is beautiful, beautiful shit, y'all. This is beautiful, WNBA. I love to see this.
Fan has been a seemingly insurmountable task. Caitlin Clark has defied the odds by not only drawing in new fans for her and her team, but
she's helping everybody. She's helping every fucking body. Niggas is watching the WNBA now.
At least in the WNBA.
I mean, I am. I always have been, though.
I
always have
was
been.
Facing similar struggles until a pair of players showed up and changed everything. After the success of the Celtics in the 1960s, the NBA's growth in popularity had come to a grinding halt in the 70s. The league had a rampant drug problem. An emerging rival league known as the ABA was picking up steam, and the NBA didn't really have a face to propel the league into the next decade. Jerry West was on his way out. Kareem was incredible, but he didn't really have the personality or charm that fans gravitate towards. Bill Walton's prime was cut short due to injuries, and many fans felt Julius Erving's introduction to the league after leaving the ABA in 1976 was a bit short of what was advertised. Many games were lucky to see even half capacity in attendance.
Damn, I ain't know the NBA. I mean, I knew the NBA was kind of. Ain't gonna lie, it's crazy because I knew the NBA was kind of iffy until Bird and Magic came in, and obviously they carried it, and of course the GOAT, well, arguable GOAT, came through and obviously boomed it crazy. Honestly, I really want to know what I want to see a video like this about Jordan. I ain't gonna cap. I'll let see a video like this about Jordan.
And NHL. All of this culminating to the point where
I know Jordan made the league go.
NBA Finals games on tape delay in the late 70s due to low ratings.
Damn.
The league was in desperate need of a generational, transcendent superstar. Lucky for them, they got two. Coming off the most popular rivalry in the history of college basketball, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson propelled the league to new heights in the
Oh, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I never knew that. Now, I ain't gonna lie, in all my years of fucking watching basketball, playing ball, I never knew that Magic and Bird had played in college against each other. What the fuck? So, you know what's crazy? So maybe the Angel Reese and Caitlyn comparisons wasn't so crazy then. Because y'all, I mean, bro, it's a college rivalry turned WNBA. I mean, in that case, then you know what I kind of see with the, I mean, I don't agree with what the WNBA commissioner was saying, though. Nah, hold on. Nah, I don't agree with that shit. But in that light, I do see where she was coming from, though. It kind of is Bird and Magic, though, with Angel and Caitlyn. It's just poor wording because it is black and white. And it kind of just like, it just opened up a whole different argument that didn't. But in terms of just a college rivalry turned league rivalry, I see where Angel and Caitlyn draw similarities to Magic and Bird because it does make sense. I didn't know that they had a college rivalry until fucking 5 minutes ago. That's crazy.
A tandem that many longtime NBA fans say saved the NBA. Now, this isn't to say Caitlyn is the second coming of two of the greatest, most important figures in the history of basketball, but her impact on the sport at such an early stage
as good as Asia been playing, as good as Stewie been playing, they didn't have the streets in the world really talking the way that Caitlyn do, and that's why I put Caitlyn in a different in that bracket, like a popularity bracket. She got it. She got people watching.
The gateway to NBA fandom for many people. They come to witness the phenomenon that she is and end up staying once they see just how awesome the league and its players are. Players around the league are signing groundbreaking endorsement deals. Teams now have their own planes and new facilities. Many WNBA players have become household names, some of the most recognizable figures in sports today. There is real, genuine discourse about the games and the players right now that exists beyond the diehard.
Bro, this really make me happy, bro. Like, this really do make me happy, dog, because I'm a person that watched the WNBA. Like, I've been watching the W for years, y'all. Like, I really have been watching for years, bro. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like I've been watching the W for years. I've really been been keeping up with the W since Sabrina got drafted. I ain't gonna sit here for now Sabrina in this school, I kept up with her in college, but as far as the W, I really got tapped in. I always, kind of kept in, okay, cool, the Storm just won. Oh, Brianna Stewart, she nice. Brianna Stewart, UConn, okay, she cold. She's still doing her thing in the league. That kind of thing. But watching the games, not until Sabrina got drafted to the Liberty. I ain't gonna lie. But now to see the league blow, like even the league in 2019 when Sabrina got drafted, bro, remember, that was like pre-COVID. So I'm kind of watching it during COVID. I'm watching this shit on, on Prime, watching the games or whatever, cool. And people like, oh, you watch WNBA, whatever, cool. It's just whatever. And to see the league now and how like it's more or less now everybody's watching it, it's so dope. I'm very happy, bro, because I know girls that hoop, bro. Like, I got mad female friends that play ball, bro. Like, so to see that they league, like you see the women's league really getting that love and support that it's supposed to get, bro, that's love, bro. That's dope. For a nigga that play basketball, bro, you want to see everybody play ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see the W get the love they deserve. And look, they getting that night right now, bro. And Caitlyn's the reason. I ain't gonna say she's the reason. She's part of the reason that's happening, bro. So shout out Caitlyn, bro. That's a fact, though.
The answer to that question, well, it depends on who you ask. But there's no denying the widespread impact Clark has made on the league in just a single season. For years, players in the WNBA pushed for people to give their talents and their skills and the product a chance. And in record numbers, people finally are. Now, what it took to get them to tune in may not be the most ideal circumstance, where for many casual fans, one player is overshadowing the vast majority.
I mean, hell though. But it's let's be for real though, Jimmy. I know a lot of people that ain't never never picked up a basketball day in their life, ain't never watched basketball. They seen Stephen Curry do this, do the little night shit. And they probably think, I can shoot a 3-ball now. I mean, it's the same with Caitlyn, bro. It's going to be people that don't know about the sport that's going to see a clip and be like, oh shit, that's cold as fuck. I'm going to start watching them. I want to watch them forever. I'm watching the sport because of, because of them. Caitlyn's just that for women's game. Same with Curry is that for the men's game. Jordan was that at one point. Kobe was that at one point. Serena Williams, like, I just hope the W can build on this, because Caitlyn is only one. It's only one woman.
One of the very few truly game-changing athletes of her generation.
But she's definitely, she's about to be in that Mount Rushmore.
She's got all the talent to back it up.
Nah, facts though. She's about to be on that Mount Rushmore of just generational, like, influential athletes of this era right here. So I'm happy for Caitlyn, man. As I said, shout out to her. W video Jimmy again. Hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, make sure y'all do leave a like for me, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'm holla at y'all on the next one, man.